the original Starcraft has such a huge fan base, and so in some ways, I think making Starcraft 2 is harder than had we chosen a totally new title or even one of our others, because there's such a hardcore fan base that has certain expectations. So that's definitely the biggest challenge from my perspective. And then we made some decisions really early on about making sure that we keep a lot of that familiarity, recapture the magic, the same 3 races, those sorts of things. And we had concerns about some of those decisions too, but actually after announcement, BlizzCon, letting people play it, and now this, we're getting a lot of really positive feedback and feel like we've made the right decisions as far as that's concerned.
Hell, it's about time.
Starcraft 2, actually, we've been working on really hard since BlizzCon. There's been a lot of actually significant changes that it's going to be interesting to see the reaction to what people see today, because some of the things even on our own website are out to date at this point. We're constantly changing the game to iterate, add new units, change things around. And so I think you'll see actually it's significantly changed. The Zerg have been added in, obviously, and then units have been added and removed across both Terran and Protoss, and then a whole bunch of different balance changes across the board. Fan feedback factors greatly into what we do with the game. We just last week, Thursday or Friday, put out some new screenshots that show the look. We've retouched up the Terrans. We got a lot of feedback initially that they're very bright and too colorful, and so we definitely listen to those sorts of things. And our reaction time may seem slow, but depending on the amount of work necessary to do things, it's necessary that certain things take a long time. Other things we see posts on the forums and may make a change to balance or abilities on a unit, and those sorts of things happen very quickly. But really where I expect to see the most number of changes is once we go into beta. We'll get tons of constant feedback and constant iteration based on feedback. We're constantly looking at the original really as a canvas. So we're looking at how fast units move. It's a totally different engine, and it is in 3D, as we talked about before. So it's somewhat difficult to be specifically exact, but we constantly go back and look at how fast did a unit take to get from here to there, what was fast, what was faster, what was as far as game settings go, there's the speed settings. So we've gone in and put those in. We've actually are experimenting with levels even faster than what we saw in the original Starcraft, so that if people want to even go into more speed, they can as far as gameplay goes. Making sure our engine can deal with lots of units, scalability of the graphics engine, all those things added up to allow us to try and recreate that sort of fast-paced action of the original. We actually, as far as the core gameplay and 3D, we recognize there's definitely a difference in gameplay style. It is the 3D world now that we're doing. It's a whole 3D engine. So there will be differences to some degree, but our core goal out of it is to have that really fast-paced action, quickly grab units, assign them to particular targets, and match that fast-paced action. So our goal is not to let you feel it too much, other than see the amazing effects that you can get out of 3D. Lighting, real-time shadows, all these things add up to a much nicer looking game that scales for a much longer period of time. And so out of it, we hope that we can achieve both that great quality look and that same quality of play that you saw with the 2D stuff.